Greetings from EducoSoft. This is third part of EducoSoft platform demonstration. In the first part, we demonstrated the power of the content, both to empower teachers and how to engage students. In the second part, we demonstrated skill development activities. In the third part, we'll be focusing on learning management system that delivers all the content, both for learning, teaching, and assessment. This learning management system has been under development over last 3 decades. Earlier from the time when there was no other technology player in the field. This has all the major components of learning management system, plus a lot more which is specifically designed for delivering mathematics teaching and learning. So all the features that I will demonstrate in brief have evolved out of our actual classroom experiences and after having trained so many faculty from so many institutions and countries. So our platform name is www.educosoft.com. educosoft.com. All the basic information you will find in this homepage through links over there. Before getting in the system, you need a user ID and password like any other system. But here user ID is always the real email ID of the user. If the user is the instructor or a student or the administrator, the system will recognize from their email ID. So email ID plus the password. By default, we give the password as welcome because everybody can remember it. So nobody can forget their email, hopefully, and nobody can forward welcome the password. But once you get in the system, the first thing that you do is change your profile and change your password. So once you enter as an instructor, you will see the instructor homepage where we have a listing of all the courses that the instructor teaches. He has to respond to the students' emails. Any announcement that comes from the seniors, administrators or EDUCO, hidden over here, it blinks when it is there. The teacher can create their own calendar for the whole year, and that calendar messages pop up every time automatically. Once I am in a section, suppose I am teaching pre-calculus 1, the institution name is right there. This is from Puerto Rico, Inter-American University from Puerto Rico, is part of America, US. But that and also the opening login page of EducoSoft can be totally customized based on the country it is being used or based on the institution it is being used. So once a teacher logs in, he will have his homepage. This is teacher's homepage. Teacher's homepage. Wherever you may be in the system, if you click on home, you will be on this page. Select the class that you teach. This is my class roster. All my students, their email IDs, when did they last log in, their grade report. I can edit any student's profile. I can see their profile. I can see their profile history. All those things are on this page. This is the most useful and powerful function page of the teacher. Almost 90% of the job that a teacher does for online teaching and learning is on this page. For example, want to send an email, click on select all the students or select particular student, click on email and send the message. I click on class attendance and online electronic attendance register pops up on the screen. And then All these are my class. And if today is, for example, June 27th or June 26th, I click on June 26th. If my whole class is present, I click on present. And later on, if somebody comes a little late, click on P, and I can mark them tardy. And 3 or tardies or 4 tardies, as the teacher decides, will count towards an absence. So simple, very simple, straightforward, automatic method of keeping record of attendance, all saved automatically. Let's go back to the roster page again. So you take attendance, you send email, take class attendance, and if some student is continuously irregular, you can click on his name and drop him from the class. Only as a warning. You will get a strong email that because of continuous inactivity, you have not been able to complete your assignment. I assume you are dropping the course. So click on drop the student. He will not be dropped from the whole system. He will simply get a message. He'll come back to you, you advise him, counsel him, and put that back in. So these are certain things that we have built in, you won't find in other portals. Now, the greatest power of the teacher's roster page is the information behind the student's name. If a teacher has to help a student in any possible way, he clicks on the student's name, all assessment records of that student is in front of the teacher, of that student that is selected. He can extend the number of attempts, he can extend the end date, he can see the whole class score or his score in that assessment. And then he can view what he scored, he can view what he did, and also this R is very powerful. If a student is not able to complete the assessment in time, the teacher has the option to turn it into review mode, and student can start from where they left and complete the test. All those features are built in. Now go back to roster page. So that is the power of this roster page. Very, very powerful. Take attendance, send email, watch the student help the student in doing whatever he requests you to do for him, and so on. All that. Next is tools. I have syllabus, I have gradebook, I have master section, import my this term section into next year. My notes, I can add my own notes or videos, conduct survey for my class, or class attendance that is already we have discussed. All these tools are built in automatically. Gradebook is one of the most powerful, click on that please. Gradebook is one of the most powerful functions of our system. Very versatile and unique. I'll show you why. Look at this. This is evaluation categories. Student evaluation category. What kind of assessment students will get every week or end of the term or whole year. Weekly homework, 10% of the grade. Partial test, 50% of the grade. Major exams, terminal tests. Weekly quizzes, 10%, and so on. You assign the evaluation grade on each type of assessment activity that you have built in the system for students to keep them continuously engaged, learning and assessment side by side. And then 3 functionalities. You can edit it, you can delete it, and you can add it. If you have these 3 functions in a gradebook, that means you can have any evaluation category. You can name it accordingly, you put the weightage as you want, and whatever. Similarly, move it down. The second part is cut-off score. How do you assign grades to the student? Well, that also is totally customizable. You have edit, delete, and add. If you have these 3 categories, that means you can award the grade in any way whatsoever. You can name it any way you want. So that kind of versatility in the gradebook which records all the assessment online, and even hand-graded assessment can be added into that. That is the power of our system. Next is the lecture notes. Lecture notes, as you have seen in my first video, is basically the electronic digital book. But the content, if I suppose expand chapter 3, if I expand chapter 3, it expands into sections. If I expand section 2, it expands into objective. And if I expand objective 1, I have all the learning activities under that section. If you have watched my video part 1, tutorial examples are delivered exactly in the same format. This is online now. Okay. For each and every objective of a course, the activities are pre-aligned. The course is clearly aligned. And every course that we offer, the institution can customize it on their own. They don't have to even request us. We have a very simple way of creating customized courses or editing courses already created. Very customized way. So, this is the same as we have discussed before in first video, is the layout. Next comes assessment. In assessment, you can view create, see the scores of the class, import assessment already created or create your own. My question bank, you can add your own questions in the system. Print submitted assessment, again a unique thing. There are 40 or 50 students in your class. Everybody had a different test, they have taken it. You can print anybody's test along with the grades and what they responded. That option is also there. Dropbox is a feature for writing assignment. You can give the students, especially in English and language courses, you can assign a student an essay to write, and you have built in the rubric for the essay to grade. So you give announcement for this thing, they complete the essay online, all the essays given by the students are compiled, you grade them student by student, and scores are added to the grade book and so on. Lot of automatic feature, except the actual grading, the writing. Everything else is automated. So that is Dropbox, not concerned with mathematics alone, but many other subjects. Next is the resources. Creating. This is view create screen. All the assessments are listed here. You can edit the assessment by clicking on edit button. You can see the score of the whole class. You can print the test if you want to, multiple versions. 1 test form, 2 test form, 3 test form, along with the key or without key. You can print it over here. Lot of tools to modify the assessment and so on. In order to create the assessment, your own, we have a huge question bank repository containing all types of questions, multiple choice, free response, fill in the blank, and so on and on. We have only 3 steps to complete a test or creation of the test. Test setting page, where you define the title, the type of test, the time, the date to deliver, grading option, and so on and on. Next, you select the topic, and lastly, you select the items. The item page is really very impressive in our system. Each and every item in the system, how it was attempted by the students is recorded. If that item was attempted by 10,000 students, so we have the information, how many students attempted it correctly and how many incorrectly. Based on that, our system calculates the degree of difficulty of each and every item in the system. So it depends upon the teacher now as to what level of difficulty test you want in selecting the items. There's so many variable options to create the test, and our testing system is probably one of the most powerful systems that I have seen as an educator anywhere. So that is very easy to create. Next is resources, glossary, documents, web links, ebook, and next is communications. Internal email is a common thing, announcement the teacher has to make to the students, and the administrator can make announcement to their lower level users of EducaSoft. Discussion forum for online courses especially, study groups, based on the performance of the students, you can form groups And you can have group-wise assessment and group-wise activities, queries and chat, and also, which is not listed here, is called whiteboard. Whiteboard for online teaching. So teacher can teach online just like a teacher is teaching in the classroom. The whiteboard, our whiteboard becomes his board. And all these students log in and they are popping up, their icons are popping up on the screen, teachers log in screen. So that is also a very powerful feature that we have. Next is user management. Transfer students from one section to the other, make student group, teaching assistant. If you want to provide assistance to a teacher, you can have another person assisting him, especially in the case if the principal of a school is a teacher as well. And being a busy person in the institution, he doesn't get regular time every day, every class time. So he can appoint an assistant that helps him or her to substitute him in certain classes. So he can add that in the system and give appropriate powers, what he or she can and what she cannot. That can be defined in the system itself. So teaching assistant, my preferences, what you allow the students and what you don't, you set up as a teacher. Generate class code. This is for the students to register themselves. You just give a class code, and using that code, when the student enter it, you're automatically in that teacher's class. Next is reports. Very, very powerful reporting system that we have. Very powerful. I will show you only 2 or 3 as samplers. Time, activity, and grade report. This summarizes the whole class performance and individual student's performance. This chart is there. See on the top. How much time a student spent, total time spent in studying tutorial, in studying videos, in studying tests, in studying practice tests, doing a homework, total time spent. And look at the variation. This student, Mr. Calvin, has spent 42 hours, 50 minutes in a 8 weeks term, which is approximately 5 hours a week. These are online activities of the student. 54 hours, 29 and a half hours, 32 hours, 58 hours, and so on. 84 hours, 7 hours a week, more than 7 hours a week. If you see that overall class average, in this class is 45 hours average students spent online, studying tutorials, assessment, homework, and quizzes. And then their overall score, their grades, all reflected in one page. Look at the top. Time spent by the student on tutorials, assessment, and so on, and his grade. What is the correlation between that? 0.74. 0.74. Remember, my friends, the value of R varies from -1 to 1. Normally, we expect that more the time spent, the better his grade will be, better his performance will be. But in many cases, it works in a negative direction. How? A smarter student spends less time, still gets more grade, better grade. And a slower student works so hard and still moves little like that. In spite of all that, pluses and minuses, the overall correlation coefficient of the whole class is 0.74. Very, very high from any standard. It varies from -1 to 1, remember, it's close to 3/4 instead of the one highest. So that shows that more the students spend learning online with the EducoSoft platform that we offer, the better their performance will be overall. And then again, there's so many report features, I will not go through that. Next is support, 24-hour support. You send a message tonight for any request, early morning next day when you get up, you will have the response and things done. Remember, our support features are in India, just to minimize the cost of support. And it's a day-night difference from East and West. So That is why we can guarantee that it is 24/7 support that we provide, both to students and to faculty. We respond from America, we respond from India, and anywhere in the world, either from there or from there. Depending on the time, our support people will pick up and respond to the questionnaires. Next is help, orientation videos you can watch, important documents, user guides, frequently asked questions, they're all listed over there, and you can watch it also sometime if you want to log in. Now let me show you. This is the teacher aspect. Brief, very brief introduction to what our learning management system provides. Next, the student perspective. When the student logs in, what does he or she get? All right, click on student view. This is the student login page. How many courses he is taking with EducaSoft? Courses are listed. Dropbox announcement if it is applicable, otherwise this window can be closed by the student forever. Assignment due will be listed here. Right now there is no assignment due because the section of the class that I am demonstrating is from spring semester 2018, which is over now. Therefore no assignment due. Assessment due, no due. Messages from the teacher. Task ahead, this comes from the calendar. For the student, this is the login page of a student. Simple, brief, to the point. All functionality of a student is in this small bar. For teachers, you might have seen it was on the top bar. Everything on the top bar. For a student, everything on the left column. He can click on syllabus and watch the syllabus. Print it or read it on the screen. He can watch tutorial, the same thing that teachers use in the classroom as lectures. Assessment, whatever is due. Now all these assessments are from the previous semester, they're all expired. They all expired right now at this time. But you have homeworks, you have quizzes, you have major partial tests, you have finals and so on. All the assessments are listed. Number of questions, attempt, time limit, start date, end date, the percentage score. Expired. Expired means, as I told you before, the term has expired, so all the tests are expired in this case. Now, homework delivery. We have three different ways of delivering the assessment online. One is assisted homework. That means if the teacher has selected 10 questions for the homework of that week or that day, the 10 questions will appear one by one on the screen. Every question, if a student attempts, it is responded, feedback is provided instantly, correct or incorrect. If it is incorrect, he can calculate again and retype the answer. I'm talking of free response, not multiple choice. Multiple choice is just click and go, click and go. That is simple, I don't have to explain. Free response. And in the homework mode, homework is supposed to be peer supported. So we have built that culture within the system that we deliver. Every homework is peer supported. Peer means what? Digitally. Respond to the question. If it's incorrect, you can type again, you can type again. If you don't get it all, click on the solution. Then move to the next item. Next item. All the help that a child needs is built in. So we expect that in homework mode, if a child is serious, whether he is weak or strong doesn't matter, he should get 100% because he has all the help on every question. That's the homework mode. Practice mode is a testing mode. It may have multiple choice questions, it may have free response questions, and basically multiple choice is simple, quickly answer and go next, so on. After the test is completed, students get a result page. Result page with complete performance report. How many questions were asked, how many correct, percentage score, and then item analysis, in which concept he or she is weak. And then from that analysis, in whichever he can weak, there is a link for learning. Click on that link and study the tutorial or watch the video and so on. And if the teacher allows, you can take the test over again and second time it will be different items, similar type but different items, and so on. This is how our assessment is delivered. And now, next is Dropbox. As I explained before, next is My Grade. Now, student can check their grade anytime. Complete grade report pops up on the screen for the student and is all real time. If I have completed my assignment half an hour ago, I can click on My Grade, I can see my grade based on the new assignment that I completed. So all that is real-time data captured and into the reports, progress report. He can see his activity report, he can see his attendance record. While studying, he can have bookmarks and so on. All the features that we can expect a student to have is all listed over here in the left column, one by one, simple to navigate, simplest to operate. Let's go back to teaching mode, instructor view. So instructor view also, this is the teacher view. This is the roster page as we discussed before. All the learning management features are right in one bar, right in all one bar. You want to see the lecture notes? Click on lecture notes. Want to see the grade book? Click on tools and go to the grade book. Assessment creation, resources, communication, announcement and so on, they're all listed under one. So easy to understand and navigate and use. That's the power of our system, my friends. The most powerful thing is that we have a huge repository of content. We are talking about mathematics now. From very basic math, how to read, write whole numbers, all the way up to calculus 3. Complete repository of content with tutorials, examples, practice sheets, question bank, already put in our repository. And if you want to create a course for 7th grade based on your own curriculum, we don't have to come to your country to train you what to do, how to do. Or you don't have to call us to create for you. Simple guidelines you will create, able to a custom course yourself. You simply have your table of content localized, pick up the content from our repository and pour it in, and within half an hour, you will have your course created. It's that simple. That's the beauty of this platform, my friends. Custom designed, based on specifically mathematics use, but also being used everywhere in sciences and English literature. Thank you very, very much. I was rushed up because I have to finish in half an hour's time that I promised myself to introduce you about our basic features of learning management system. I hope I made some sense to you, and thank you very much. God bless. If God willing, we will see you sometimes face to face. Bye-bye.